Salute, this is Jeff. I'm playing Darksiders 2. No, this is not an LP. I'd like to share with you a wonderful glitch that I discovered. I'm sure someone else on the internet has found it by now, but I'm proud that I actually found it myself. So there. It is a way to permanently increase a lot of your stats using a fairly simple method. I'm here in the fjord, right in front of Vulgrim. The only things that you will need is to be at least level 12. Yeah, level 12. And then be at Vulgrim, have at least 1,000 bucks on you, which is not a big deal at all, in order to get a respec from him. So let's go ahead and do that. Hey there, guy. What's going on?
Fresh merchandise.
Respec is only 1,000 bucks. That is very easy to accrue.
You've made a wise
It
choice.
resets all your skill points so that we can spend them in a new and hilarious fashion. So, that's the wrong button. Let's go into our skill tree. I say you have to be at least level 12 because we're going to get 9 points into Unstoppable, as well as a few points into Aegis Guard. But we'll do the Unstoppable version first. So, when using the Unstoppable ability, it takes 300 Wrath. It increases your strength by 50 at the 3rd level here. Strength by 50, critical strike chance by 20, strike damage by 40%. So, if we take a gander here at our current stats. There we go. My wonderful parasite Adam here. You can see that strength is currently 292. Critical chance is only 5% on these things, 26% on my secondary weapon because they actually have a bonus on them, but otherwise not that impressive. Now, if we use the Unstoppable ability, like so, you'll of course notice, non-surprisingly, that strength goes up by 50 points, and critical chance is increased by 20%, as well as critical damage is increased a bit too, meaning the overall DPS is actually increased quite a bit because you're going to be getting crits a lot more often. Okay, so the simple trick here is to just save the game and then quit. There we go, we'll autosave. By reloading the game in this manner, it forgets to turn off the effect of the Unstoppable power. Basically meaning you have permanent boosts to those particular stats, which is quite beneficial, especially for fighting bosses if you're going through waves of enemies in the Crucible, things like that. Okay, so back in the game. Strength is still 342, and I still have the bonus to critical chance and critical damage. But I do not have Unstoppable active at the moment. Now this can be done similarly with... Let me go back into my skill tree. Similarly with the Aegis Guard. Now, unfortunately, as you can see here, the very first 3 levels give you a massive bonus to defense and resistance. However, these are not permanent. So the Aegis Guard version is not as useful as the Unstoppable version, but it'll still give you a bonus if you would like to have it. The Arcane bonus here, plus 30 to Arcane, and also the Arcane critical chance are the 2 effects that will actually stay on after using it. So we just have to pop a Wrath Potion here. Use Aegis Guard. Save the game. Quit the game. Reload the game. Oh, the game doesn't lock up. Continue, and we can take a gander at our stats once again. We can see that we have the Arcane bonus still applied, and we have also a Arcane critical chance is 25%, up from 5%. Unfortunately, the defense and resistance does not get to keep the plus 600, so not quite as broken as the other one. Now that these stats are active, we can just go back to Vulgrim. Hey, Vulgrim. What's going on?
Fresh merchandise.
Get another respec, and you can go back to whatever abilities you like. For instance, the crows. and nothing else. So there is actually a way that you can reset your stats to normal. I'm guessing that the way it works is that it just forgets to tell... Basically, the game forgets to tell itself that the effect is ending. So, unfortunately, you cannot stack these on top of each other. If you use the Aegis Guard or the Unstoppable power again, it won't boost anything. You'll stay exactly where you are. The only thing that will happen is that when it runs out, your stats will go back to normal. So, it is permanent, and it also is reversible, and it only costs $1,000. Or guilt, I suppose. So that's a nifty little trick to greatly increase your DPS. Effectively doubling it, maybe more. It's hard to say when you factor in the critical damage. So this has been Jeff and Darksiders. I will have more glitch videos for you. This game is lots of fun, but there is a certain looseness to some of the edges of the world, and if you poke at them too much, it starts to unravel. This being the most major one I found.